taught you to hate the texture of your hair? No, before you come asking Mr. Muhammad, does he teach me? You should ask yourself who taught you to hate being what God gave you.
Hello, everyone. So before we get into this video on Pastor Winans, if you all like that video of mine, the title is Baldness a Curse? If you like that, go ahead and download it. I'm going to replace it with a shorter version, okay? I'm going to be taking it down soon. It may not be there tomorrow. Also, if you like this video, don't forget to like it on your way out. Leave a comment, share the video, and subscribe. Okay, let's get into this story. So on October 19th, Perfecting Church, that is the church that Pastor Marvin Winans, he's the pastor there, they had a day of giving, and it was a fundraiser where the congregants were asked to contribute 1,000 plus 1,000 for a total of $2,000. During the service, there was a long line of members donating. One member, Roberta McCoy, approached the stage and announced a donation of $1,235. Pastor Winans interrupted her and said, "That's only $1,200. Y'all not listening to what I'm saying. If you have 1,000 plus 1,000. And then she went on to say that she was going to work on the remaining 800. His response, "Well, that ain't what I asked you to do." So a clip of this interaction began circulating online and went viral. And as a result, there was this online backlash that followed. And the cleanup crew, they had to do some damage control. So let's watch this video of the damage control, and I'll come back and give my commentary.
Spreading. You're the woman in that viral video.
Right.
He did not rebuke you.
He absolutely did not rebuke me. Now, there's a difference. There was a correction because let me clearly state that Pastor gave instruction on the lines to get into.
I was calling because the whole church was giving, and it was our day of giving, and the whole church was coming, and we didn't want people standing, the mothers and all that, so I was calling them by increments. And we had someone that had given out of before, and I corrected it, and I told everybody to listen and come when you call, and that's all that was.
Roberta told me Pastor Winans personally apologized to her. She's been a member of Perfecting Church since 2013 and has given faithfully over the years and will continue to do so.
Okay, so since that damage control, Miss McCoy has gone onto her Facebook page and she left a lengthy post. It was an emotional post. I'm not going to read the whole post, but essentially I'm just going to summarize what she said. She disclosed that church leadership demanded she apologize to Winans for damaging his reputation and described feeling ostracized by the congregation afterward. Also, since that time, Tyler Perry has donated $100,000 to Perfecting Church, and I heard there has been other donations flooding in from around the country. Here are my thoughts about this. I think that our Black pastors have done a shoddy job with being shepherds. This is my firsthand experience. They haven't taught us anything. And the reason why I know they haven't taught us anything is because we don't know the major players in the scripture. We don't know who they are. There are 5 lies that I'm going to share. There are many more. This is not an exhaustive list, but 5 lies that I learned growing up in my Christian home. It was indoctrinated in me. When I became a young adult, my mother and father didn't have to tell me to go to church. I actively participated. Lie number 1: the image of the Messiah was a white man with long, straight, light brown hair. That image does not fit with Revelations chapter 1, verse 14 and 15. I don't know how you get a white man out of that scripture. Lie number 2. This is huge. The Old Testament doesn't apply to us. We have the New Testament. Ooh. There are a lot of reasons they don't want us to delve into that Old Testament. I think about King Taharka. If you know about Egyptian history, Taharka was a part of the 25th dynasty. This is very important. Now, most historians, I'm using air quotes, will say yes, Taharka was Black, but they try to take the rest of Egyptian history from Black people. But the truth is, the majority of the ancient pharaohs were Black. Taharka, you can find him in, I believe it's Second Kings. I'm sorry I didn't have the scripture text for you, but you can find him in the Old Testament. Like I said, modern day historians, they recognize King Taharka. They know he was Black. They know the 25th dynasty. They know that they were Black. Now, here's the thing: Hebrews were always mistaken for Egyptians. And the only way you're going to be mistaken for an Egyptian is if you look like an Egyptian. And the ancient Egyptians were Black, so that means the ancient Hebrews were also Black. Lie number 3: the Most High's most important day is Sunday. That's not true. It's the 7th day, which is Saturday. It's so important that he made it the 4th commandment. But I was taught, I don't know about you all, but I was taught that that doesn't matter. Isn't that interesting? He wrote it down. He made it the 4th commandment. He clearly said the 7th. He didn't say the first day of the week. And I know we all know how to count. So isn't that interesting that that doesn't matter? It actually starts Friday evening and ends Saturday evening. I'm sharing this because most people want success. And so about a year ago, it's probably very close to a year. I don't know if I started this the end of October or, the beginning of November, but I said, okay, let me give this a try again, because I came into this truth during the pandemic and I honestly was overwhelmed. I was overwhelmed with all of the lies that I had been taught, overwhelmed with all of these do's and don'ts now. So I ended up like kind of like half doing things. Most High, he doesn't really get down with people who are in the middle. You got to be hot or cold. So a year ago, I started honoring the Sabbath. Friday sundown to Saturday sundown. And I tell you, my life has really improved. It has gotten so much better. Now, here's the thing: my life wasn't too bad prior to this. Okay. But there were a lot of highs and lows. And for the past year, those highs and lows, that struggle dissipated. You think you're blessed now. Try honoring the Sabbath. No working, no cooking, no shopping, no exchanging money. Rest. Lie number 4. This is another huge one. The King James Version is the scriptures. No, it's not. How could it be the scriptures when they have removed so many books? The Maccabees, the book of Enoch. There were many others that were removed. And isn't it also interesting that the Ethiopians, they don't have a problem with these books. They know about the Maccabees. They know about all of these books. And it's also interesting that Ethiopia is the only African country that wasn't conquered. Lie number 5. Noah had 3 sons, and all of the black people on earth came from Ham. The reality is, all of Noah's sons were black. That's basic anthropology. Basic anthropology teaches you can't derive a dominant trait from a recessive gene. It's not possible. You will never find 2 white people with blue eyes produce a black child with brown eyes. But it can happen the other way around. So, like I said, those are the 5 lies that I was taught. This is not an exhaustive list. There are plenty more, but these are some of the reasons you can't pay me to go sit in not only perfecting church, but anybody else's church. I'm not affiliated with any religion because I frankly don't like wasting my time. I would love to hear your thoughts. Please leave a comment. Please share the video. Please subscribe. And I will talk to you all soon. Revelations chapter 1 verse 14 said that his hair was white like wool. Sounds like a Negro to me. The Messiah is coming. You better be ready.